Hey, welcome back to another episode of Cooking Under Quarantine, Family Edition. This is a Easter special Easter edition. We're making an Easter ham today. This can also be made on Christmas, but we'll use this one for the Easter ham today. So what you're gonna need for this recipe today is pretty easy. We're gonna need a ham, spiral cut ham of your liking, whatever you have. These are pretty spiral cut and they're pre-cooked. All we gotta do is warm this up. But it still takes about 3 hours. This is a 12 pounder. We also make a pineapple and cherry sauce to go with this. So it's a cooking sauce with it, and then it's a dipping sauce afterwards. So in order to make that sauce, we're gonna need 2 cans of pineapple. This is chunks, so you don't want the ring or you don't want the crushed, you want the chunks. This is the one that's gonna work better for you. 1 can of cherries. This is a 16-ounce can of cherries. Some brown sugar, some honey, and you're gonna need some booze. So we're gonna need use a little bit of Malibu, a white rum, which is a Bacardi, and then a dark rum. We're gonna use Gosling's today. And basically what we're gonna make is almost a Mai Tai for the pineapple. It adds a nice flavor, and then when the booze all cooks out, but it leaves that sort of taste in there, and then the ham juices go with it, and just reads a real nice dipping sauce. Also, when you make the ham, a lot of times they come with this glaze kit. So actually we use this at the end. We'll follow the instructions for the ham. And the first step we're going to do in making this is going to get the rum sauce going, the pineapple sauce, so that we can put it on top of the ham and then throw it in the oven. I've actually got the oven going now at 325, warming it up so that we can make this, put it in, bada bing, bada boom, it's gone, it's in the oven, and it's done. This is a very easy meal to make. Once we make the ham sauce, it's basically just putting the ham in the oven and waiting 2 to 3 hours for it to be done. That's it. So we'll see you guys at step 1, which is going to be making the rum sauce or the pineapple sauce. Okay, so we're at step 1, the pineapple ham sauce. So basically what we're going to do with this is pretty easy. We're just going to take this can of pineapple out and dump it straight in to the pan. Juice and all. Same thing with this one. Get out, dump it straight in. Same thing with the cherries. We're going, take a couple out of here. The whole can's going straight in with the juice. Okay. That's our base. Now we got our base in. Cherry juice on this, which I don't like. Should keep a clean kitchen. All right. So now we have the base in. We're going to add some booze. This is to taste. So I'm going to call out what I think I'm pouring in here. I'm guessing I'm doing about a half cup of Malibu. I'd say the same, about a half cup of Bacardi. And then I'm going to do the same with this, with the Gosling. About a half cup of Gosling in there. Then what I'm going to do is just stir this up. And that alone is going to be a recipe for a Mai Tai, right there almost. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add in some honey. Add in some honey. Maybe about a quarter cup. And we're going to add in some brown sugar. And this is sort of the end of the packet, so we're just going to pour the packet in. Some rather big chunks. And that's going to give us a lot of the sweetness that we're looking for when we have this ham sauce. And then we're just going to kind of stir it up a lot. We will cook this until a boil. And then I'll let it cook slowly for about 5-10 minutes. Let it kind of just come together. That's it. It doesn't take long at all once it gets to a boil, just to melt all the brown sugars, to kind of blend all the rum with the pineapple and the cherry. Then we just pour over the ham and stick the ham in the oven. Okay, so now we're at the point where the sauce has been boiling for about 5-10 minutes. I took the packaging off the ham. When you guys take the package off the ham, there's usually a little plastic sort of stopper in there you want to pull out. Looks like something you plug into the wall to keep the kids from sticking their fingers in there, but it's just some kind of stopper they put in there. And all we're going to do is pour this on. Don't worry about getting the ham on the pineapple. Oof, geez, that is warm. Try to get the pineapple on top of the ham. It's really just gonna, bake. We'll baste it while it's in there. We're just trying to get some of the juices on there. And basically what we're gonna do is just get this ham and this pineapple cooking in this oven sooner than later. Ooh, man. Hot. So one of the issues, as you guys can see, what I'm going to have with this is that there is a lot of liquid in this pan right now, and this ham's going to actually release some liquid too, which is going to fill this up. So I think what I'm going to do is, before I stick it in the oven, I'm going to, it smells like a Mai Tai cooking right now. I'm going to pull some of this liquid out of here with the turkey baster, and because I don't want it to overflow in the oven, and then if it doesn't do that, I can add it back in later, and if it's too much later, I can just discard it, because there's going to be enough juice in here for the ham anyways. And believe it or not, this ham sauce, after you're done eating the ham, you can save it for later in like a little jar and reheat it and put it on the ham the next day or two. And what we're going to do with this is we're going to try to take the leftover of this ham, and we're going to make split pea soup tomorrow with it. I'll show you a couple of tricks with ham leftovers. Anyways, we'll pop this in the oven, and we're going to start the process. So we're just checking it. This is what it looks like about an hour into it. So it basically just took the spoon out and basted it a little bit to keep it from drying out. You're going to want to do that every so often. As you can see, it's cooking nicely, and all I'm going to do here is just basting this a little bit on the top. I'm just going over this thing every so often and just basting it with its own juices. As I said, you don't need to worry about the getting the pineapples on top. That's just like a garnish on the side. It's not going to cook on top or anything like that. And we're just trying to keep it so it stays moist. And that's going to be pulled out in a few minutes. I'm going to put on the finishing glaze on the very top, and I'll put that together and we'll put that on top. Hey, we're back, and we're at one of the final steps of this whole process. So the ham's cooked for almost 3 hours now. We're at the point now we're going to put the glaze on. So sometimes they'll ask you to remove the ham sauce that's in the pan with it. I don't do that. This glaze actually adds with the flavor to the sauce. So I actually keep it in there. You take 3 tablespoons of water and you add it to the pouch that they have. Sometimes you get a pouch that's already liquid, you don't add any water. And other times you have to mix it yourself. And you just want to drizzle it all over this thing. Give it a bath in this gooiness. Believe me, you don't want to get it everywhere, because later on you're going to enjoy this flavor. And open all those flaps. See if you can get it inside it. Wherever you can get it on the ham. It's going to taste that much better. And this is going to turn into sort of a glaze, like almost like a barbecue sauce or some kind of a sticky sauce you put on any kind of meat. It's really going to add a nice glaze to it. And this one's a different ham. This one actually came not only with this glaze, but it came with crunchy sugar topping. So we're going to add that on top of it as well. And these are going to cook down, crystallize, maybe be a little chunky, maybe not, I don't know. I got a feeling it's going to come together very nicely. What we're going to do with that now, that oven's at 425. We're going to put it in for 5 to 10 minutes. That's going to cook down, crystallize, then we're going to take it out once it glazed. Not going to leave it any more to cook, because this ham is already cooked. Oh, moly. I know that's a 12-pound ham with probably 2 or 3 pounds of sauce in there too, so it's not easy or lightweight or awkward to pick that up. So watch that cook. Once that glazes up, we'll pull it out. We're done. You can see how this is just like crystallizing up. Everything is bubbling up. It's just about done. Well, we finally made it. It is 3.5 hours into it. Ham is finished. Easter dinner is finished. Made some lovely Brussels sprouts. I got potato salad. That was in a video that I made earlier. Some corn, which is pretty easy to make. Some Spanish rice and some bread. So here we're going to plate this bad boy right now. You can take a look at when you serve it, what it looks like. Put a couple slices on there. And you want to get a little bit of that sauce. And this sauce is really good. You're going to like this. It's sweet. It has that sort of, that dark rum gave it a little bit of flavor. You can almost taste the molasses in there. It goes really nice with the ham. Got a warm potato salad. Corn on the cob. And also I had to open the roll if I was going to put one on here. I'll let you guys look at that. That is a delicious Easter dinner. Let me taste this. Let's take a final test right here. A little bit of that on there with the pineapple. Oh. Somebody better call the ambulance. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoy that meal. It's from my family to yours. Stay safe in this quarantine, and I'll see you at the next. So tomorrow we're going to take the same ham leftovers and make split pea soup. So I'll see you tomorrow.